Hi everybody, this is the Blue Aerospace here. Today we are basically doing our live stream like what we normally do. Let me just get my game sorted up real quick. We have been living streaming for about 2 minutes now, so we're just gonna start our game now. So the first game, we're gonna be doing things a lot different today because usually I would normally play Kerbal Space Program. I think we should take things to the next level by playing Kerbal Space Program 2, specifically Redux, if my game is ready to launch, which it looks like it is. So let me just open it up and then I'll send the feed to you guys so you can see. While we're at it, I hope you guys are enjoying the view of the black screen and the the stream chat on the top left, along with the powered by me, Blue Aerospace. I think my game is now up and running. Oh, you can hear it, but just I'm trying to get the stream view. And then, you know, that's how it's gonna go. Come on, KSP2 Redux. Please load. It's up and working. Let me just get it up on the screen. Yeah. Hold on, let me get it. Oh yes, I got it. Let me just put it up now. I believe this is the correct one. Yeah, there you go. You guys can see now. Apologies for the long waiting of KSP2 Redux coming up. Actually, yeah, we actually can add mods into this game through Project Shakespeare, which is like the game's way of adding mods, which is quite cool. Just quite sick if you ask me. I'm just playing around really with the stream so far, seeing what we have. I do want to tell everybody that it is our 90th live stream, so this has been 90 live streams that we have done on this channel, so wow, that's actually quite cool. Now, with that said, on our 100th live stream, which would be quite cool in the next 10 live streams, we will hopefully, and I say hopefully, we'll get time to, you know, have a special guest. But I'm gonna let that happen in the next 10 live streams from now on. I'm just trying to check my mods real quick, or my settings for mods. Yep, everything's set to high. Ooh, lens flare, cloud quality. Wait, we can get rid of the lens flare? That graphics. Gotta love the Kerbal Space Program 2 Redux graphics. That's so, let's fly Starship. Now, in the latest Redux beta 6, like in the latest hotfix, they added the ability to give yourself, well, they actually added the part to add a body flap, which is a wing, basically. Here. See? I'll just show you. If I press, see, they are literally flaps that move like Starship, and they got their own camera. See? Oh, it's a bit broken with the camera loading, but that will be fixed later on. But it's quite cool. And now we're in literal orbit. Around, well, actually on an escape trajectory, actually. So Let me just... Oh, Jesus. Things I hate wire. There we go. Trajectory locked. Tight wire, cannon for orbit, leaving a mark. You can actually hear the beautiful music in the background. Well, actually, maybe it's more like the vibration of the engines. No. I'm trying to lower down the velocity we have, which it does look like we have done. Yeah, so basically I was flying Starship before, trying to see what bug reports we can get, because I'm basically just helping the game. Oh god, we're coming in hot. So basically we're trying to help the game look better. Oh jeez, it's spinning around. Yeah, so here we go. We're just, casually 7 minutes into stream, so that's good. Oh, the speed's speeding up. Ah, we're in the atmosphere. We're coming in hot. Ah! Spin. Ships spin. I mean, we kind of got stabilized. Oh, we're sort of stabilizing it actually as we speak. And now we have spun it out of control. I need to fix the flaps. The flaps definitely the top flaps need working on. So yeah, like that. They're kind of just off, But it's a Block 2 Starship, so it doesn't really matter. And also the aerodynamics, by the way. And my Kerbal being yeeted across the whole cockpit. Just from that happening. And we're just gonna do our fake landing burn. And by that I mean totally spinning out of control. Oh dear. We're cooked, see? Kabloom. Well, that was something. I think if better Starship. Just gonna delete these old ones. My workspace, get rid of that. Delete it from existence. So this is the old one what we had before. So the top flaps definitely need reworking, but it does the job. So yeah, that's a good thing. Also, hello to the 3 people that have joined. Ooh, that's a reaction wheel. I know I'm going to have to basically make this smaller. And it's gonna be like less like the old Gojira 2019 ship that we have had in Tundra Exploration. There we go. I think that's way better. Now, I did paint this thing before. But this thing is pretty cool. So this thing has, for the vacuum engines, it currently has Reliant engines. The LV-T30, which is the Reliant engine in the game, as we speak. Now, let's paint this thing. Let's paint it, shall we? It's like literally shiny. Shiny! Oh yeah, I know why it was acting up before. Should I make the top flaps bigger? I've got a feeling I should. Oh jeez, not like that. I want it to be like block 3 or block 4 type. So around 10, there we go. No. Back to 8. Or 7. Or not. I want 8. Oh god, not 10. Yeah, 9 will do. I'm not a good aerospace engineer, but at least I try to build my planes and rockets. Let's just see the deployment. What is the max deployment goes like that. So I wanna, that's 78. So yeah, the max deployment it goes like that. So that's how much it deploys basically from like the least to the most. So this thing can go full 90-degree angle, so we can like literally lock these in to their respected angles. But I want this to go like more 78 or 76. No, 78's better. So the thing will activate the flaps and then it will basically go into full lock into... This will be originally 80 or 90 degrees, but it works. If it works, it works. So it works. And hello Hal, welcome. So Hal, this is actually for those who don't know who Hal is, he's actually one of our consultants and moderator on our server. Link in the description, by the way. He basically manages the server and he's like really cool. Yeah. So he's a really good person, by the way. Anyway, so right now I'm trying to build Starship. Totally succeeding. Where's my thrusters? I don't know where the engines are. We forgot the engines. By engines, I mean the maneuverable thrusters. I'm gonna use Werner engines because those are like the best engines we got. Like the best ones for maneuvering. This big, massive Leviathan behemoth. That's my best description words ever. Honestly, I could paint the whole like side like black if I wanted to. Yeah, because KSP2 Redux added the sticker, which is very small. Why is it like that? Change color to black. Depth. Scale. Massive. This is gonna be like the heat shield tiles. I think that's gonna be better. Whee! Why is... You know what? I'm gonna just double that and then move it around. Uh-oh. Why is that? There we go. I'm trying to figure out this thing, if it... the depth and all that. Oh, that works. That works. But there's a bug. But this is kind of a normal bug, to be honest. Except this doesn't work on fairings. So yeah, only works on like proper solid surfaces. Oh. So yeah, it only works on like the main surfaces, so like the fuel tanks. How do I get rid of these hitboxes? Paint touches part. Oh man, I am a son of a smarty over here. There we go. Oh, the lag. Where is it? Let me just put that one there. Whee. And then for that, I mean, it kind of works. Thing is, it's quite laggy, so I might have to get rid of it. What I will do is I'll keep them all. I'll keep one at least as like a little show off. So it kind of tells like where it is. I just have to get rid of the depth. I just have to make the depth cube thing. And then, speaking of depth cube, how do I get rid of this? The cube thing. The mesh of it. It's weird. It's unexplainable. But yeah, hope the ship design actually works. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna be very disappointed, and I will cry. No, but that looks way better now. The top, I think, because I want this thing to have like proper docking ways, like proper docking to it. So I'm gonna have like some docking ports on the top to go backward and some to go forward. So we can do like proper like in orbital docking. Like that. They all use they're all the Werner engines, so they only use like the main liquid methane, the methalox fuel. Anyway, let's go for launch. I'm gonna turn up the volume so you guys can hear. Here we go. Wow, that's so loud. It's loud but cool. Let me just turn down my volume even more just so you know. Let's continue. You can hear the thunder of the engines. Not real thunder though. Beautiful. That's actually pretty beautiful lift off with the sun. So basically flying an old starship design, which is pretty cool. I think our engines will throttle down a bit. Like to that much as we prepare for max Q. Oh, try not to flip the whole thing. Definitely don't want that to happen. Is it supposed to go this way? Oh no, it's supposed to go the other way. What am I doing? Anyway, let's keep going one way, and then we can do separation, where I'll shut down all of the 8 outer engines and leaving those 3 center ones running while we separate the ship and fire up the other engines. Speaking of which, let's do it now. So I'm just gonna go booster engine cutoff, or most engines cut off, then separation, then the whole boost back startup. I'm just gonna light the 2 engines because I want to keep the fuel still. That's a pretty cool separation, don't you guys reckon? Got a nice booster return, by the way. So I'm just gonna lower down the thrusts on these ones, on these engines, leaving the main, the main engines, the main 3, and the ship I'm assuming is on its way to space. You know what? Let's do some booster control, shall we? Does this thing have the thrusters? No, it doesn't. So let's just go like that, turn it, and then prepare for atmospheric entry of the booster. One thing I did notice that the structural parts, the crown bit has come off. But that's okay, because that was sort of expected. Not sure, because there's this like glitch where the plume doesn't expand or retract, but it only expands on the way up, not the way down. So it's literally like this. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappoint. In fact, I'm gonna try to do some booster control. So I'm doing some roll control, and then some pitch control, which is easy. So throttling up to full power, and then beginning with the booster shutdown. So yeah, it's when the booster just doesn't, the plume effect is broken. It's actually kind of crazy. But it looks kind of cool like this, to be honest. It has a expansion look. Also, you can see there's 2 engines that we shut down earlier on. Now throttling down. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Now shut down 1 engine again. And we hit the ocean. Oh. And she floats up again. And I'm just going to control the ship. And the ship's on its way to literal outer space. Yeah, we're just gonna put the ship in orbit, I reckon. So we're just gonna quickly, teleport it in orbit around Kerbin. Kerbin. Kerbin low. Kerbin low orbit entry. Kerbin interplanetary. Jewel? No. Teleport to there. So I'm just gonna have to just raise a bit of stuff. There are a few broken bits here, but it's okay. Like with the whole body flap thing. And yeah, we did reuse and recover the booster, so I'm just gonna have to switch back to the ship. So we're gonna have to launch it all and then do it all again. One notice mistake I did was I had the reactor grid fins rolling, which will basically break our game. So let's just launch up again one more time. And then when the engines just suddenly cuts out. Okay, we got an engine out. Or not. I love performing the engine outs in the game, it's quite satisfying. So just past max Q, maximum aerodynamic force. Yeah, see, look at that. This actually looks kind of accurate now. Yeah, so just gonna keep on going. So that's what we're doing, and then we'll switch back to Kerbal Space Program. Original one with all the mods that we have. So we're gonna shut down and do booster engine cutoff. Booster doing its boost back, and then ship's on its way to space. See there, ooh, the booster's actually cleared. So it's gonna do all the way of the ship. The ship does not have any roll, unfortunately, so if it does spin out of control, it's kind of cooked at this point. So we're just going to achieve orbit, let's say. Let's just do that. We're going to achieve orbit, and then that's about it. We might do even like a little burn in like higher up. So we might do like a moon trajectory. How about that? Let's give the moon a visit, shall we? Or should I say mun? There we go. I'm gonna drop by the South Pole, I reckon. There we go. Ooh, I can see our trajectory fixing out itself. Then I'm gonna go for a radial in or a radial out, I reckon. That will do the trick. Or not. Or I reckon we just... Oh, that voice crack. I reckon we just do a maneuver node, I reckon, instead of trying to guess. How's our Mun Periapsis looking? Get rid of that, and then I'm just gonna do a little fix over here. So I'm gonna go back, then in. Don't wanna crash. There we go, fixed. That's point maneuver, and then little time warp our way. Let's go wee, and we'll fly in. So we literally have about like less than a few seconds, but we're just gonna time warp. Originally this burn was gonna take us like 40 minutes, but we're just gonna do this now. Oi. Let me just check the mun now. Ooh, that's pretty close. We can get closer, like 3 kilometers above the surface. That's quite fast. That's gonna be quite fast as we get there. Let's go. We're just gonna time warp out of the atmosphere. Oh, jeez. Can we go back? No, we can't. It's fine. We can just decelerate. Let me take you on a little trip, my supersonic ship, and we can go anywhere you want to decide. And I'll just decelerate. A long deceleration. There we go, and then it's gonna be fun. Fortunately, we do have a very bad fuel situation because it's getting low. But we can just, just turn on infinite fuel because I can do that. I'm gonna go now and then just decelerate ourselves. No, I'm just gonna go like light above the atmosphere so we don't, crash. Oh, we can see the sunlight up ahead. See the plasma now forming. I will have the thrusters enabled just to, like, you know, keep ourselves steady on re-entry. So we just we're going down pretty fast. Whoa, look at that. Let's get some onboards. Look at that, that's pretty cool. KSP2 Redux is pretty cool, not gonna lie. So you should guys check this game out for yourself. You will need the base game of KSP2. But it's been, like, you know, developed and fixed by the new devs. So great. And now we're coming in fast. I'm gonna try give us a bit of a glide. With glide position. So there we go. Beautiful re-entry. So we're literally gliding like a plane at this point, which is what we want exactly to happen. Now coming in through 38 minutes into stream. The ship is starting to lose a bit, but it's okay. So we'll be landing on land, which is exactly what I need. I'm just going to chill the vector engine for landing. And we're going to literally flip the entire vehicle as we speak. We'll flip it, then perform our landing maneuver, and then hopefully we'll try locking all the flaps. If that doesn't work, then we'll probably explode on landing. But that's okay, that's why we learn from our mistakes. And then we were just doing some flap stretching. Oh, we're in literal fire at this point. Oh, come on. You got this. Me struggling to control ship. It's okay, we can do some little acrobatics. Oh, there we go. Ship's almost lost control. I'll probably just get rid of the rest of the fuel while I'm at it. Lift drag ratio is rising. Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, these flaps did perform better. What do they look like when they're inverted? No, they don't do well inverted. Oh, jeez. Come on. It's worked really well on re-entry. I don't get why the A is not working for this thing. I think I know why. The reason it's flipping backwards. is because there's actually a lot of like fuel inside the bottom part and not the top part, so it needs to be balanced out. And also there's no such thing as mech jeb, so it's a bit of a bum to deal with. I'm afraid of flipping too forward. Here we go. Landing flip. Oh, it literally flipped. And in crash. SN9 exploded. That was kind of ugly. That's literally what the Kerbal said, so yeah, kind of... Yeah, I have an idea... what was that? I have an idea now. It's to add... So what we learned from that mission... it was definitely that the flaps looked weird at the time. There was no fuel on the top, so that's what we've got to add. So if we take off the ship, right, the ship portion off from the booster portion, we can see that the center of mass, when we remove all the fuel, will rise up, it looks like. Yeah, it will literally rise up to here. But I want to make this to be locked. Is that even possible? To lock the fuel tank? And fuel, where is it? Coupling, engine, payload, utility. No. Aero pods, no. And then I'm gonna need a little bit more fuel. So if I can find a way to, you know, make it work, then yeah. But at the current moment, there's no such thing as fuel locking. And yeah, fuel locking is a bit of a problem at the moment. Oh. These struts are annoying as well. There we go, I think that's better now. We're gonna see what happens anyway. Let's see if I can fix the transfer to the fuel issue. But we learned from our mistake on that one. Oh man, it's sticking out. Fuel. Resource manager. Methalox. Yeah, it needs fuel locking. So that's an issue. But I'm sure that'll be coming out in the next update. Because this game, this add-on in this game is a bit, you know, new, let's say. And yeah, it's a bit weird to deal with this. But yeah, it'll work at least. It'll work for now on. So I just need to put all the fill the main tanks up now. Oh, actually, I can make a big solid fuel explosion effect if I could. Solid fuel to be little. So basically, this thing would literally explode as soon as the thing's separated. So yeah, once this goes on, it will literally fly off. So go kablam, and then the whole thing will fly off, basically. That's how it would work. Also, why is this fairing bit? It's always like in the way. So let's try and separate this thing now. And make sure to turn off heat scaling. Oh, it's already off. Good. Now the flaps feel weird and look weird as well. So I'm going to go for the full separation, and hopefully it works. So it's like a test. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, it's kind of hot, but okay. Did you see that? Did you see that separation? There's like fire coming out. That's lit. But we gotta go higher out. The higher we get, the more hot stage effect we'll get. And it's true. But yeah, this thing only has like limited fuel for the separation effect. Now the grid fin turns. Epic. So I think we're high enough where we could do the hot staging effects. So we're gonna go booster energy cutoff, stage separation. Oh, Jesus. It's going. And then basically, yeah, just does that. I think that's some pretty good progress. I'm gonna save this craft. But yeah, it works. I do still need to work on the flaps. So let's just call this fixed starship KSP2 Redux. There we go. And then save that bad boy. It's called workspace file name. Yeg. What do I call that? Here we go. New craft, here we go. Since we got Yeg. Since we loaded Yeg into the VAB. I'm funny sometimes. I try to put a bit of a comedy show on this channel. Ooh, there should be, or there is. Look at that booster, it's nice and shiny. So this thing, ooh, look at that cut, look at that accent, sorry. Let's make it lime. Ugh, that's green. Oh, blue. Give me blue. I like a light blue color. Like that. Or we can invert it. Nope. Bet this is better. I'm gonna make it slightly shiny. Just have a bit of a shine to it. Man, I love the painting thing. Add presets. Let's just use that one. Look at this thing. We got liquid hydrogen. It's a swerve engine and then a nerve engine. Then we've got the Dawn, the iron engine. Man, some of these engines are pretty cool. And then some of them feel like you're flying like an alien spaceship. Which is pretty wicked. Now I'm gonna try and make a craft that can go to space and return properly back to Kerbin. Now I am using the Gemini spacecraft. Gemini or Gemini? However you like to say it. It's pretty cool. Now I remember loading this back in the early days of Redux when the whole thing would basically break my entire game and just feel bricked. Which was, you know, a bit sad. Anyway, let's add some boosters. I need more! Just straight up making the Long March style rockets. Long March is Chinese. The Chinese rocket, that's pretty cool. Long March A, I think. I'm not familiar with my Chinese rockets. But yeah, they do look nice. So that has 2 on the TWR. I was just going to go with one big booster and then just expect it to launch. But I reckon it'll be more appropriate to add some control surfaces. And by that I mean not the body flap, but an actual grid fin. So these stabilizers, I reckon that work. There we go. It's a nice looking rocket. Let's hope it doesn't shake itself to bits from the. So let's put some struts on while we're at it. So yeah, struts are your friend. They stop the wobbliness. Let's go for a boat launch. It's like, let's launch this thing from the ocean. Oh god, we're off. Here we go. Off the ocean. Out the ocean we go. The music in this game is actually peak. Wait, what? Since when did this engine have full-on, like, gimbal? Oh, jeez. Oh, our engine just de-engined itself. And then, there we go. That did not go well. Here we go. Let me just add some stage separators. Oh, hello, Lego Sonic. Or Tails, sorry. Tails, that's your name. Well, I keep forgetting your name every time we go on stream. It's kind of strange. Anyway, let's add the separation motors. We're basically just building a long march at this point. Or wouldn't this be called Long July? Terrible joke. Terrible joke. Anyway. Nope, this way. This way. There we go. I think that would work. What do you rate the rockets so far? Do you think it's good or not really? I mean, it could use some clamps. Yeah, this kind of sucks. It's forgettable. But hey, look, it's a Rhino engine. Man, I love this engine. Kind of gives me it kind of gives me vibes of the Saturn V third stage, the S4B stage, or what's it called? The engine of the J2 engine, because the Saturn V engines are the J2 engines and F1 engines. F1 being an engine, not a race car. Anyway, let's launch from the boat dock. Because, you know, I just haven't done that in, like, too long. 3, 2, go! Whee! Up she goes, that full stack might. And then vehicles pitching downrange. So some onboards. Or not. We don't have any onboards. It's fine, we don't need them. And I'll wait for the engines to fully shut down this time. Oh, beautiful separation. That was one beautiful stage separation. Now it's just flying like a free-flying missile. And I'm just gonna wait till this thing finishes its fuel and then we can separate it. Oh, look at that volumetric look to it. It looks kind of cool. Anyway, Miko and then stage separation, and then the boost is now making its way around. We got the relight of the second stage engine. Oh, we're supposed to go this way. It's fine. Anyway, here we go. Just go out of the atmosphere and then do a full-on U-turn this way. No, it's wrong way. Supposed to go radial out. Like that, right into the pole. Like run to the clear zone of the pole. There we go. Let's go for re-entry. Oh, jeez. We're coming in hot. Ablative, we lost a few tons. And then safe parachute deploy. Wow, look at that. It's such a beautiful separation. Why am I saying separation? I'm so used to boosters and stuff. But here we go. We got the command pod coming down with Erk and Obson, Kerbin. See this. Oh, I thought the heat shield was gonna smash or explode. They're gonna make the heat shields like detachable, like have their own decoupling to it. That'd be cool. Nice. Good launch. Oh. Beautiful. Return to KSC, the Kerbal Space Center. While I'm at it, I'm going to work on my KSP1 modding. And there's no mods to load, which is good.
I think so.
Now while we're at it, let's go into my real solar system save. So let me just switch to it. Okay. Got my KSP, my real solar system KSP sorted out. You will see the loading screens By the way, the YouTube stream is way behind, so it's gonna have to, if you want to basically see the main like, full time, it's on Twitch live stream right now. So basically, it's that way. So while that's going, you can just watch and observe the live stream, the live screen, sorry. And then, that'd basically be it. Yeah, you may see some warnings from the B9 part switch thing, but that's just normal because that's, normal as a true blue KSP player. Yeah, so yeah, it's just currently fixed. That's actually properly loading this time. So this save basically has the real Earth, the real Mars, the real Venus, the real Jupiter and Saturn. Basically the good stuff. So yeah, there's Earth. There's Earth. There's a planet Chiron. It's terrestrial covered in H2O. Hey, look, clouds. The clouds have loaded. Oh, the atmosphere is loaded. The Copernicus debug is loaded. Anyway, let's go into and see what happens. I'm trying to get the real star base loading, by the way, as we speak in the game, but I'm not sure if it does work or if it doesn't work. It's literally where Brownsville is in the US. Is there any dead debris? Spent rocket boosters? Yes, there is. So here's the entire solar system. It's pretty big. So who wants a tour? If you said no, I'm still gonna give you one. So here we got Mercury. Mercury does have an atmosphere, by the way, so it would make sense. So here, basically, Mercury has all these craters. Fun fact: there's actually ice in like the twilight zone, where the where the poles are on the top and bottom. Next planet we have is, you probably know, is Venus. There it is. Oh, look at that orange. Would expect this planet to look whiter, but no, it actually has color, which, by the way, is pretty cool. rather hot, sorry. So this planet has these thick clouds which basically keep the light bouncing, or heat and light bouncing around the entire planet. So it's pretty cool. Oh, it's blue. Not to mention the sun turns blue on the sunset and sunrise, which is pretty cool. Next planet out is Earth. Here it is. Let me just get it up. That's my game loads. There's Earth looking beautiful with that Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis. There's a difference between the top and the bottom. So Aurora Borealis is the one that's on the very top. The Aurora Australis is on the bottom, presuming because it's close to Australia, which is, you know, pretty cool. A lot of launch sites, it's covered in water. It's quite cool, quite calm place to hang out. Sun flares do turn orange. Oh, it's too thin. By the way, the atmosphere, on this planet is about like 100 kilometers in the air. Venus is 140, I think. Then we got the moon, which is basically like Mercury, but further out. Has some nice mares. Yeah, the mares are these like dark grey areas. I just called them dead lava lakes because they technically are. Then we got Rogu, which is an asteroid, a forgotten asteroid where Osiris Rex went to. Then we got Mars, which is the red planet. If the game loads, there it is. It's the red planet because basically Mars has lots of iron on its surface. And that iron actually reacted to the oxygen in Mars's prehistoric atmosphere, and it's turned the whole rocks red. So it's iron oxides, basically. Same basically happens on Earth as well. If you look in like the dead center of Australia, or in the Sahara Desert, or in America or some place like that, in like generally near the equator, it's lots of like red areas. So yeah, if you're looking around and you find red, you're either on Earth or on Mars, which I'm going for the second option. So anyway, Mars has 2 moons, which is, oh geez, where is my Phobos, which is the first one. Which is a nice moon, nice potato-shaped moon for you to explore. You would basically weigh the same as a tennis ball on that planet, which is pretty. I call it planet on the moon, which is pretty cool. Well, you'd probably just escape the gravitational pull if you jump. Next moon out is Deimos, which is smaller, but like, you know, more of a pebble compared to Phobos. Then we go to the asteroid belt where we got Eros, which is a gaming controller-like asteroid. Then we got Vesta, which is the largest asteroid. I think it's 4 Vesta, it is. Then you got Ceres, which is a dwarf planet with, where are they? These salt areas, these prehistoric salt markings, which used to be water, by the way. Ceres did have water, but it died away, sadly. So yeah. Anyway, then we've got another captured asteroid with its own other captured moon in orbit. So this one is Ida, and then Ductile. Then we got Psyche, which is lots of gold and all that in there. Probably go mining for it. Then we have Pallas, which is another asteroid. Then we've got giant Jupiter. This great red spot. And it has actual auroras as well. Some lights as well from, probably because Jupiter has a massive gravitational field. Not sure why the orbits are like on this incline, but oh well. But yeah, this is a massive planet, so it's like massive gravity, massive magnetic field. We'll play around. So you have actually some tiny moons in Jupiter's ring section, actually. If you look, it's a little bit of a ring going along. A little faint ring. But yes, all 5 gas giants, if you're believing in a Planet 9 theory, probably 4 now. Anyway, so yeah, all of them do have rings. So let's just go with Amalthea, which is this moon. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys like research like the planets and planet and moon sounds, they sound quite eerie and cool. So there's just this moon, some nice impact scars. Then you got Thebe. Basically like Phobos, what we saw earlier on. Then you got Io, which is a volcanic moon. Io is actually affected by Jupiter's gravitational force and where its Roche limit is, so it's been squeezed and squished like a tennis ball, or a bowl in general, or like a sports bowl. When you squish it, it basically expands and etc. It squishes, it gets elongated, it cracks, and then there's gonna be lots of friction, so that's what causes these volcanoes. And by the way, there's actual sulfur on this moon. Or you can see the volcanoes in the nighttime. That's cool. By the way, this moon is the exact same, well, nearly same size as our moon that we have in orbit around Earth. Next moon is smaller. It's called Europa. It's basically an ice moon with an icy shell with a oceanic underwater underneath it. And these scars are from the gravitational forces of Jupiter itself and the other forces of Io and its neighboring moon Ganymede. Europa is pretty small, smaller than the moon. Next moon we've got is actually the largest moon called Ganymede, which has lots of scars, and I think it does have an atmosphere. Well, they say it does have an atmosphere. Yeah, I'll do my research real quick. Does Ganymede have atmosphere? Oh wait, actually yes, it does have a thin exosphere that consists of oxygen, along with a magnetic field of its own, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's expected since it's the largest moon. And we go to the only major outermost moon of Jupiter, which is Callisto, which is nice, has a lot of craters. Then, next one is Saturn, which is another pretty cool, beautiful jewel of the planet, with its own ring system, or visible ring system, and quite obligated, let's say. It's quite wide, as you can probably tell. Let's see the first moon, which is Mimas, which is actually the Death Star moon, or referred to it as the Death Star moon, because it has this huge crater. Yeah, see that huge crater right there? It's massive. Then we got Enceladus, which is basically another version of Europa, what we saw earlier on, where it has a subsurface ocean, and it actually shoots water jets from the South Pole, some geyser jets that actually heal up the ring system that go around, which is probably one of my fourth favorite moon, actually, to be honest. Then we got Tethys, which is another moon. Not much, it's basically like our Earth's moon, but different, I guess. Then you got Dione, I don't know. Same. Then we got Rhea, which actually used to have a ring. And this moon is actually tidally locked to Saturn's itself, so if if you look up in the sky, right, you would basically see Saturn in the same area, which is pretty cool. Then we got Titan, which is one of my favorite moons because it has an atmosphere and it has lakes of liquid methane. Even if you were to swim in it, you basically just go to the floor. You'll basically plummet to the ocean floor because Titan's methane lakes is different compared to our normal liquid water lakes. Yeah. So basically you'd plummet to the ground. And you would probably die. If you have a spacesuit on, obviously. What I like about this moon as well is it has pressure similar to Earth, so it has just 1.5 bar of atmosphere. So 1 and a bit of our atmosphere, which is good. But you will freeze because it's literally outside the heating zone of the sun. It's pretty cold there. And you would have to wear an oxygen mask because I think it's all just nitrogen. So yeah, pretty interesting place to go. And we got Hyperion, which is the captured comet around Saturn, which has a spongy texture. Then we got Iapetus, which is another cool moon. Because basically it's white on one side and it's dark on the other side. And on that dark side, there's actually a giant ridge, which tells us long ago this moon had a ring system, which is cool. So yeah, by the way, it's a really cool moon, by the way, so I'd rank this as my 5th favorite moon. This moon is also tidally locked to Saturn as well, so this moon will stay in position where Saturn is. You can actually see the Titan's little dot right there. Then we go to Phoebe, which is another moon. It's pretty cool. Then you got to go to Uranus, or Uranus, sorry. That's how you properly pronounce it. It's actually called Uranus, not Uranus. Jokes aside, it's a cool planet. Literally cool. It's probably the coldest planet we have in the system. In the solar system. So we got Puck, which is another moon. With a P for Puck. Some nice craters. Then we got Miranda, which is another cool moon with lots of ridges and large mountains. I did forget to tell you that Mars does have a really large mountain / volcano called Olympus Mons. You probably got that when we reviewed before. Then we got Ariel, which is the brightest moon of Uranus, probably most visiblest. Then we got Umbriel with the darkest, with its I think it's what's that? There's like a crown on the top of Umbriel. It's literally the there's like this big crown thing. Yeah, it's Wanda. That's what it's called. So Wanda is like literally right around here, or could be there. I'm not sure which is tricking me. Then we got Titania, which is Uranus's largest moon, backed up with Oberon. That's how you pronounce it. Nice moon, by the way. Then we got Neptune, which is blue. It's blue because it is blue. So yeah, actually this planet actually has the fastest wind speed And if you look around, there's actually a big brown spot here. It's like what we saw on Jupiter, but like darker and scarier and faster. So this moon, which is called Proteus, which is probably a forgotten moon, but now that we have seen it, it's no longer forgotten. So yay. Kind of cold and distant. Then we've got my second favorite moon, which is Triton. Which, by the way, Triton isn't actually a moon. It's actually a captured dwarf planet. So a little bit of lore about the solar system. When there was Jupiter, Saturn, fifth giant, or planet 9, sorry. Then there was Neptune, then Uranus. Basically, what happened was Neptune migrated out to the outer solar system where the trans-Neptunian objects are, so like Pluto and all that in the Kuiper belt. Basically, Triton got captured by Neptune's gravity, and basically that's Neptune's adopted moon. Pretty cool. And what's even cooler is that's how the planet 9 sits further out in the Oort cloud area, in the theory. And along with Triton also spins in a retrograde orbit, so you can tell if I just time warp things up. So Triton is here. It spins the other way. But yeah, Triton also spews out liquid nitrogen geysers and spins awkwardly. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, nice moon / dwarf planet. Then you got Nereid, which is another forgotten moon of Neptune. Then we got Arakoth, which is two planets merged into one. Two rocks, sorry, merged into one, which is quite cool. Then we got Pluto. Has a thin nitrogen atmosphere, I think. Yeah, Pluto's atmosphere composition is 99% nitrogen with a 1% trace of methane and carbon monoxide. Fun. You can see the thin atmosphere. They did this for Elu as well in the visual effects mod they did later on. Then we go to Pluto's 5 moons. The biggest one is Charon, which is basically, if you didn't know, right, Pluto and Charon share the same orbit with each other because they orbit around each other, which is a binary system. Because the center of mass is actually distributed between both objects. So the center of mass is like right there, so they basically orbit around each other, which is cool. Not much about this moon besides its pinkish hue to it. Then we got Styx, which is another asteroid moon. Then we got Nix, oh that's big, and Red. Then we got Kerberos, and then Hydra. Hydra never died, it just evolved. What's next? Then we got the sun. Blinding sun. Anyway, I'll show you what Olympus Mons is on Mars, as we said. If the game will load. Of course. So, ooh, it's a sandstorm. So over here is where Olympus Mons is. It's literally visible on the map. There's Valles Marineris, which is bigger than the Grand Canyon, thank goodness. So this is like literally a big ancient volcano which was on Mars back in the early days, back in like I think it was 13.8 billion years ago. So yeah, pretty cool. Now let's build Starship. And yeah, just casually spawn a Block 3 ship. I am going to try configure the star base. That's what I'm going to try and do. So yeah, that was your little solar system tour. Hope you enjoyed. That said, let's have fun again. So I need to do Control K to enable a thing, and then type into spawn new, or edit group. My dad's epic singing. Spawn new. No, I want to destroy group. Spawn new group. Spawn new local instances. No, get rid of that. I want to set active. Where is the starbase map? If I type it in, it should work. So these are the whole like Cape Canaveral parts. Delete instance. Starbase, let's see what comes up. Starbase GSC, tank. Launch pad 40. Cape Canaveral pad 39 A and B. Mission control level. Smurf. These are some very weird buildings. Well, I'm trying to find the buildings. So we're just gonna try and get the map decal. Delete instance. Oh, actually, let's look up the tutorial. Hold up, Blue Aerospace has to do some modding real quick. If I go into the terrain, oh no, it's a Starship one. Starbase. Not Starbase Sim. I want a different one. Starship Ground. Something ground expansion. Ground expansion whip. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I just have to look at it. Click new instances. Load. Press Control K. Click new instances. I don't see new instances. Spawn new. Edit groups. Spawn new group. Active group. No. New group. Edit. No. It's not showing. That's fine. We can just launch anyway. Alright, let's go. I'm not sure if you can hear the engine thunder. It's like loud. It's like rumbling. Like lots of rumbling. that type. Yeah, anyway. Oh, uh-oh. Having a little problem here. No, that's fine. We'll just set guidance. Override warp to plane. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anyway, we're still going up high. And watch this. We're going to separate it now. Booster engine cut off. Ship ignition. Oh, we forgot to start up the other engines. It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll totally be fine. Well, now that I think of that, I don't think we are going to be fine. We just lost an engine, just so you guys know, so that's fine. Starship has engine out capability, so that's fine. Th 41, 42. No, 43. It's fine. Engines are still firing, which is good, but still going in. Anyway, whatever that was, that just happened. I think the starbase that I had would only work for stock. Anyway, look at that. We got good. Great control actually over here. I'm just gonna keep burning until, you know, we get there. And let's see how broken this gets. You know, we don't need these engines. Just go boom. Just explode them. Boom. There we go. I love that sound effect where it's like a thud. Now we're just only running the ship engines. How's our burn going for? There we go. I think we made it out of the bad parts. We're so gonna fail this mission, but it's fine. That's what mission control does. Oh, jeez, look how bad that looks. We're coming in a bit fast. Nah, I think we'll already be dead at this point. But okay, here we go. I'm gonna go kaboom. I'm going like Mach 5. That's quite fast. And we are doomed. Gone. Great. The booster was good, so I reckon what we could do is we will... Now we are going to get the ship going. Anyway. You know what? You know what I could probably do? I could probably just get rid of that and then use the SEP starship this time for a change. Because the starship, the SEP starship is actually more, you know, like more stable. Which is good. Which is exactly what we need. So we're going to use that. Hoping that the game breaks when starship fails. Alright. By the way, you can actually explode the starship on its own. If you just wanted to recreate ship 36, which I'm sure we are hoping we can do. I'm kidding. That was pretty bad time in space flight. Pretty bad time in Starship's record. So yeah, we just have to set the action groups for the engine. So that's what I'm doing. So action group 3, which is where you press the 3 button on your keyboard, basically toggles the Raptor vacuums, which are the engines used in space. Whereas the 2 key, which activates the Raptor 2s, which are the sea level ones, those are the ones they use for landing. And right now I'm just configuring the flaps. So if you press 4 on the keyboard, that activates your flaps. That makes them like open and close. Then if you press 6 on the keyboard, you basically get to toggle the actuation. And then pressing 7 on the keyboard closes your flaps fully, and you can't open them up again. Which is exactly what you need them for landing, so you don't screw up the landing. Also, when you have like everything rescaled, like the starship and all that, set everything to 8, and that's how it fits on perfectly. That's how it works for me. And now scaling is off the charts. There we go, I think it should be fixed now. So you can see like the frost effect on the ship. The frost effect on the booster is pretty broken, so you have to add like 2 or 3 to get like the main liquid to work. And how am I so smart at knowing all this? Well, I don't. You know what I can do now is I can probably set the retool and reroute to the hot stage. So that means basically when I separate, the booster can like literally do the flip maneuver. So anyway, we're gonna basically shut down all the engines down to 3. And then we're gonna leave the like SAS on for the ship stability. And then basically just bring the whole thing around and making it do its flip. Do that flip and burn. Which is pretty flippin' cool. I love using flippin'. And also this thing has cameras. So look at that, you can see the onboards. Wow, look at that. Anyway, look at that. We can see the frost line going down as we speak. There's 2, unfortunately, on the lock section on the oxygen area. Anyway, let's go for separation. Oh, look at that. That's a nice separation there. The booster literally just almost hit the ship. Also, the scaling is a bit off, but it's okay. Also, the effect on this thing, I need to set this back to normal. So yeah, we can literally decouple the engines if we wanted to. Like standing right there. So look at that view right there of this ship. While we're at it, we're gonna activate the venting in progress. And while that's going, we're gonna have this thing still keep and burn on KSP2 ascent guidance. Great, it works really well actually. So while this thing is currently burning, we're just gonna let it burn out all the fuel. So we want to get as much speed as we possibly can. We want a sort of semi-low orbit. So the less mass we have, the more orbit we'll get. Just kind of what we need. So look at that, we're getting our orbit now raised. And Starship is in orbit. Great. Now she's popping up in the daytime. The thruster system does need a lot of work. So we're just currently just gonna get the control. So on the main big tank area, you want to remove the roll. And on the nose cone area, you want to get rid of the yaw. I think it's the ventral or dorsal. It's the one that like does this thing where like you move it and it like, you know, messes up around. So we're just gonna get rid of all the fuel from the bottom stage, or the bottom tank, which we have. We all live in a shiny starship. Now that we're just gonna maneuver ourselves down. And do one little last burn. There we go. Now we've got trajectory. Now we're gonna set this thing to now 70 degrees. Now my entire camera system has failed. Great. Flight operations, trajectory. Let's just manually do it. There we go, that works. Starships go for re-entry. You know, we'll just disengage the camera mode. And we'll let re-entry take over. What happens if I set the strength? I wonder what happens if we set the strength to maximum. Or not. I think we just let the re-entry plasma deal with it. So about 90 kilometers from our apoapsis. Oh, Jesus. That's pretty wild. So we're just going to turn the whole thing upside down. So we can head downrange. Because we want to go smack down. You set the plume to the ESA plume effect, so get that good landing plume. On the way down, and now the re-entry is coming into play. Here we go. To the max Q, starship flying through. That's pretty cool though. Well, it's actually quite hot, but okay. I think my re-entry effect's a bit bugged. There we go. I just had to dim down the strength. Let's go full 90 degrees off pro grade now. Oh, the engines might start to heat up. I know these two are starting to heat up. Let's try 80. Maybe they'll, yeah, they drop down, that's good. Engines are go for landing burn start when we reach a point. Some great progress here on launch control. And now the plasma now stopped. Well, majority of it has. It's now switched to 40 to stretch out the flaps a bit. And by stretch, I mean totally do a backflip on recover mode. Maybe just stretch them out to 60. Or a high angle of attack right there. Let's go back to 90. Oh, there we go. Ship is nearly horizontal. Oh, look at that. You can see the contrails. Wow, look at that. Look at these effects. The contrails will be growing bigger as we go down to thicker parts. You can see the contrails now coming as we slow down. Why is the flaps more opened out than usual? Oh man, I think we're gonna land in the ocean this time. And so be it. Here we go. Let's actually get some screenshots. Before we do our final landing maneuver flip. We've got to do that flip and burn. Flip and burn maneuver. Whee! Now I'm just gonna set it down to radial out. And then we just go shut down one engine out. Oh, radial, please. Don't die. I think I can do this with one engine. No, we'll be fine. I mean, it kind of worked, the landing. Landing did work. Oh, boom. I wasn't expecting a big enough explosion. How would we just go like that? Or like this. Where the whole thing just explodes. Originally, I was gonna have or when the thing will land, it'll explode. That's what it would normally do. So yeah. Oh, that's a nice sunset. Wow. Now, while I'm at it, let's actually play a different game called Astroneer. Because I want to finish off some unfinished work to deal with that I got. So Astroneer is one of those like really calm games. You know? It's a great game actually, you guys will love. See, once my game, which is up, we'll just continue our save. The last save that I had before that, I've been actually played that for like on the first month of January, first day of January, in the new year. Also, don't mind the gas over here. We did have a bit of an explosion that we had. But all this gas here is actually for the hydrazine that we're trying to produce on base. So what I'll do is I'll get this stuff called ammonium, which is like how can I explain it? It's like this purpley, like skin color like stuff. So yeah, there's a few over here. There's like a little deposit area, so we've got to get lots of those. So ammonium is like this like resource that's used to make fuel. That's compound, that's a different resource that we want. We want ammonium, which is... That's not ammonium, oh god, I'm sliding. Oh guys, check this plant. If you bounce on it, it's a trampoline. Oh. See? Also, there's a crashed spaceship. So I can literally just fly my way around. I think this has been dug up before, but it has. There's tethers. And a small solar panel. I'm like a little tooth fairy just flying around. It's kind of cute. Yeah, so this stuff over here is ammonium. It's like it glistens in the light. So we need lots of that stuff. So I'm just gonna chuck that there. And yeah, we've got lots of tethers. Which, judging by my very, very good ego, we're gonna just scrap those tethers. Because I can. So we can get scrap and we can trade it all. Ooh, I'm not sure how fuel's doing, but okay. Bit worried about the fuel supply. So this stuff we gotta get. Makes a beep sound. I need like a big ass ore extractor to get rid of all that. I just need 4. That's all I need, really. Just to make 2 solid fuel, or sorry, hydrazine fuel. So let's make more. Well, we can make all sorts of stuff over here. So we can make rubber, we can make plastic, rubber taking organic and resin, plastic taking carbon and compound, which in these in-game resources. Then aluminum alloy, which takes copper and aluminum. We can easily make that here on Calidor. Then we got tungsten carbide, which takes carbon and tungsten. Then we got graphene, which takes hydrazine and graphite. Then we got diamond, which takes 2 graphenes. Then hydrazine, which takes 2 ammonium and 1 hydrogen, which we have. Then we got silicon, which is resin, quartz, and methane. Explosive powder taking 2 carbon and 1 sulfur. Steel taking 1 iron, argon, and carbon. Then we got titanium alloy, which is taking titanium, nitrogen, and graphene. Nanocarbon alloy, which is like the big top tier, which takes titanium alloy, steel, and helium, which is hard to get. So we're gonna make hydrazine. So yeah, this is progress on the base so far. It's currently on a bit of a power crisis. But it works, it works. As long as it works, it is fine. Great, I'm gonna have to stop the hydrogen production here. Just to give ourselves some power break. Because those have been running constantly. Well, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go into the caves a bit and get some copper. You say, do guys say copper or copper? Just generally asking. And watching someone jump down here and then I'll stick the landing. Which I didn't stick the landing. Also, we got this big railway, which we're gonna take all the way instead of going down by ourselves. So yeah, it's a bit cool. Oh, there it is. It's kind of scary seeing like a big piece of light coming towards you. Kind of frightens you a bit, to be honest. So yeah, we need copper, which is this green stuff called malachite. And also, definitely do avoid the plants. They can be a bit aggressive, let's just say. Like they will fight you, let's say. Like they'll full on like MMA fight you. Like they will literally like fight back. It's that bad. So yeah, in Astroneer, you might want to just be careful. There's some research samples, not bad. Do some more research over here. Get a good 100 bytes, which is enough. And watch this, watch these plants, they explode when you mine them. Oh no, these are different ones. These are dagger roots. Those are the ones that will like spike you. They'll like impale you. It's kind of scary, but okay. Anyway, let's go back up to the surface. You can't go to the surface. It's that bad. That's a reference from Transformers Prime. I mean, sorry, Transformers 1. Both good movies, good series to watch. Anyway, so how's everyone's day or morning or afternoon or evening going? Hopefully it's as good. Hopefully it's good, doing well. You know? So yeah, we got all this malachite, which is copper. So we can make let's see what we can make. Aluminum alloy. I should say alloy there instead of hello there. Oh, hello there. Oh, let's just do another one. We got glass and all that, so that's pretty cool. We have lots of resources to use, so we're just gonna use these while we're at it. We can make another 2 more. We got some carbon as well, so that's pretty cool. It's like blue and silver color. Medium rough texture circle planet. I'm surprised I still remember that. And then another. Yeah. Now what can aluminum alloy be used for? Ooh, plastic and glass. Let's research that, and then, because we have plastic and glass to make fluid and soil. Fluid, what does that do? Let's actually look at the resources in this game. Resources. So we have fluid, I'm assuming is hydrazine. Yeah, so these are like the composite resources that can be created in a chemistry lab, which is what you saw then with the ding, ding, ding. So there's 6 atmospheric resources. So there's argon, hydrogen, nitrogen, helium, methane, and sulfur. You got refined resources. Iron straight up looks like the Green Lantern symbol. And then zinc, and then copper, and then titanium look like the exact same markers on the nav bowl in KSP. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, so if we go on, if we go to Vesania, we can basically find lithium. Malachite can be found on silver in the mountains, and then Calidor in the caves. Spherulite, which by the way is zinc, can be found in the caves of silver, and in the Tisolian Mountains, I think that's how you say it. We've got Titanite, which is on Glacier's caves, Vesania's mountains. Okay. Nice. Now what can be created from aluminum alloy? We're just gonna unlock everything as we go. Toll storage, whatever that is. We got a medium buggy horn. We got a winch. Oh, let's make it. Let's make a winch. I wanna see what crazy stuff we can come up with. An experiment that went horribly wrong or right. So I need exo chip. That's exo chip. And then rubber. That's hydrazine. I want rubber. Give me rubber. Let's make a winch. Man, it's funny when we, because like if you make a winch, right, it's gonna attach to anything, and then you can literally make things fly as we go. In fact, I'm gonna make a tractor as we speak. Man, that is funny. I want to see things go haywire. Tractor, I need 2 aluminum. I wonder what happened to all of our aluminum. Someone stole it. I'm joking. It's over in the caves. We can make, if I can find compound, we can definitely make a trailer. But you know, we'll just take the good old way down the cave. That's all compound, by the way. So we just need some of the compound. I almost said cobalt. Totally different resource. Now I need lots and lots of aluminum. Aha, bingo. Ah. We'll just fly there. Because we have engine capability. Oh, I shouldn't be flying this far away from the tether. Also, we can get rid of all this debris. Oh, the music's changed. Ooh. Have to fly around and do a little switcheroo. We'll find somewhere closer. So I'm just gonna chuck these on here. And then we get another 4. Oh, this is the plant that we killed before. And we get a little bonus from it. There we go, another. There we go. That'll do us for today. 1 hour, I guess. And we have to go back up to the surface to smelt it all. Let's go. Let's go. Well, I could take a research sample up if I wanted to. But nah, Glacio has better resource research. We can get more bytes out of it than when we're on Calidor. There we go, there's a tractor being constructed as we speak. Oh, there's a compound over there. That was very smart. And I built a double trailer. A double trailer meaning I have storage in one and then the winch on the other. This winch is going to be funny. So I can pull debris when I need it. Now I'm just going to power this thing up as we do it. There we go. Power it up. Put the winch on top. Put the winch at the very back. Also, look at a second switch between the engines. So I can fly and land back down to the ground. So if I attach the winch to here, I can basically just drive and be stuck on. I can do this for getting the research stuff. Oh jeez. Now how do I... Oh, that's how you bring it back. Gotcha now. Now I need resin, that's what I need. So I can craft a storage. Also maybe want to consider packing some solar panels. And maybe a battery or two. Is it zinc for a battery? I think it might be a zinc for a battery. Zinc for a battery. Might be wrong, but okay. So yeah, I need the storage unit thing, the small storage. That's what I need. Just have to keep on going. There we go. Medium storage. That's what I need. Not small storage. What am I talking about? And I just crafted battery on top. The reason why I'm picking up the winch is so I can carry up all the debris. All the useless debris that I find. That I can scrap later on. Small battery. Brilliant. I'm gonna go full solar power in a way. Wait, what happened if I take the winch and then put it onto the onto Mr. Rover over there? You coming with me, brother? Just take the moon buggy with me. Oh, totally just didn't break it. There we go, here we go. So now let's go and do some shopping. And by shopping I totally mean pick up debris from places all around. So I need to go down to these areas. Or this one, sorry. Oh, that's... Whoopsie. I drove into a ditch. But it's okay, because I'll just make myself a way out. There's a power of modeling and sculpting in this game. That's why we love this game. So we just drive out. Like we're the boss. So here's how we'd do it. We would winch up. We'll actually just get the little bits and then just take and then put in our inventory. Like that, so it becomes scrap later on. Some extenders. Oh, actually, let's just winch it back up. And just take it with us. That's how we do it. It's just being dragged along. And then we can just chuck it in the scrap zone. It's just being flung around. And then basically I'm just gonna find all these bits of scrap once this is done. There we go. That's why I love the winch and the tractor. So they're like absolute goated. They do the job perfectly well. Would I be able to take this thing? Wouldn't it be too big for debris? I'm just gonna pick up all these spacecraft bits and just deal with it myself. So I'll get lots of scrap from this thing. Besides, I can trade all the scrap later on. Oh, grab it. There we go. So that scrap later on, right, can be transferred to here. And then we can be trading it up later on. You can get some ammonium. That's what I want to trade it up for. So we get some good old stuff. And then I'm going to try see if I can scrap the big platforms. Probably need a bigger scrapper for it. So basically just call me a scrap trader. So I'm just gonna take the whole platform with me. It's being flung around. It'd be really funny if you just put like a little pilot seat and just like let it fling around. Oh, Jesus. Now can I put that in there? Oh man, it can actually fit in there. It actually fits. Nice. Scrap. Scrap. Ba-dum-ps. So let's see what I can get. Let's get some ammonium. I'm so surprised this process actually works. It works better than I expected, actually. Man, the winch is it's pretty cool. The winch is funny, but it's actually practical. So I'm just gonna bring this all up to base. So I'm gonna scrap this one and then get another one. So I'm just gonna drag it all up to base. If it works, it works. So we need scrap so we can trade it all up. So I'll let go of the winch and then should be able to scrap this later on. Oh, jeez, I'm stuck. Oh, I think that'd be quick. Just go done, and then next up. And then I'll just trade it all up, and then Make some more hydrazine. I got lots of this stuff. Ba-ding! I like how it just comes out in like a little ba-ding. It's kind of cute. I'll be playing with more storage also. That's what I also need. So we've got a hydrogenator over here. I'm calling this the hydrogenator just as a joke. Is that the only ammonium we have left? It's fine, we'll get more. We practically help the world economy just by scrapping old bits. Making us a certified scrap trader. Another! We got our hydrogen purification factory over here. Which is, by the way, really fun, by the way. Also, if you're enjoying this, by the way, feel free to, like and subscribe. I haven't actually mentioned about you guys subscribing, but it's alright. It's optional. Not like I'm forcing you guys. Or am I? I'm not really that guy who, forces people much to do stuff, really. Don't want to be, straight up and mean about it. Anyway, I got some scrap to deal with. So let's just go for a little ride, shall we? A little drive around the landscape. And see what we can spot. Oh, this area looks a bit risky to drive through, so I'm just going to go like that. And I'll take this bit, and we can scrap that. Because any piece of scrap that we find is useful. Even if it looks worthless, it is still useful. It's like when you find gold in Australia, it's like once you get the metal detector and you find a little bit of it in the middle of the nowhere, it's still pretty good. So just like the scrap, which is basically we're just treating it as gold at this point. And our hydrogen purification factory, oh Jesus, is basically go. And yeah. Did we get any? Oh no, we did not get any. That's fine. Let's go this way for a drive this time. It's like somewhere different. And by different, I mean doing some sliding against the landscape. Or some clay. Make ceramic out of that. I'll watch this. You know this plant here? This thing with the red spikes on the end? Those things can shoot. I'll show you. Oh, jeez. Destroy it. Goodbye. Or some ammonium. That could be useful, actually. Ooh, we need as much ammonium as we can to make the fuel. There we go. I'm gonna take all this back up to base and start, you know, lasing it all. And see how much ammonium we get from that. Yummy! Yummers. Now I can only take one more thing back once we get all this ammonium. And that'll be all the debris, the big piece of debris that we have. That'll just be casually just tumbling itself. Also, if you get the crane in this thing and then use the winch, you can literally destroy a whole game with it. That's how funny it is. That's what I was laughing about. Come on, just a bit more ammonium. That's all I need. Let's go for a little drive, shall we? Around back to the base. For this nice, beautiful, lush forest. Base is this way. What am I doing? Yeah, so there's another plant over there that literally directly explodes. That's how crazy it is. There's some crazy ass plants in this game. So we came back with the ammonium. I'm just gonna mass produce hydrazine at this point. So basically I'm turning scrap into, well, better stuff. And I'll use all that for rocket fuel and my jetpack specifically. What happens if I put that on infinite? Are you gonna start? Oh, you got no fuel. Now you can start. Oh, that's why. Don't have any fuel. You got no fuel. Oh well. I don't need these power extenders, so we can just scrap them. And what happened if you scrap the hydrazine? I think it'll just explode. And I can get rid of this trumpet horn. If I wanted to, I can. In fact, I did. So look at what hydrazine fuel. So this is going to be on the shuttle that I have. All of that. So I'm gonna make some more hydrazine while I'm at it. And we'll just, wait, if I accelerate, and then that mean I can go faster if I hold shift. Just go full speed ahead. Actually, let's go the other way. It's probably more junk that way. Just get that out of the way. It's my old rover I used to drive, my old buggy. And it's still that massive ass hole that I may or may not have detonated using hydrogen and sulfur and 1 TNT. I did that in the last episode actually, I believe. Which by the way, that was pretty cool. We do have power, by the way, so we have plenty of power to, you know, get our way. We can enjoy the nice, peaceful music. And there's this thing. There's this goofy thing. So just, you know, just park in front of it and just plug it up. I think this is a research sample. Because it is. So yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. Did you just see that, guys? I just got the research sample. And we just like use the winch to get it. Man, I love the winch. It's such a good tool. Even though it's like literally the most like underrated thing ever. Such a nice peaceful music to this game. This is why I enjoy this game more than like those really heavy on games like Call of Duty or Doom or whatever. Because these games feel like, make it feel like that you're like, you know, just calming yourself and you're just enjoying it. That's why I like this game so much. While I'm at it, I'm gonna recharge the tractor, just so that we get some power into the system. So I'm just going to use up all the carbon that we have because it's practically useless. It literally is useless. Like, it's only good for when you want to power up your generator. Actually, what requires glass that we can make? A paver. No. Rail post bundle. Rail walkway bundle. What does that do? Bundle of walkway posts for building elevated walkways. Extends the oxygen and power networks. Oh yeah. Icon sign. Ship in the bottle. Cool, cool. Modal planet. Yep. Lava lamp. Tether dropper. Melodic mushroom. Mega deconstructor. Ruby fault finder. What is all this? I don't even know what 9% of all that is. Or a large battery. Oh, this thing requires nanocarbon alloy. Yep. I'm not making that. I got a medium rover. A VTOL. Ooh. A crane. I'm gonna unlock that for later use. Because I'm a bit crazy when it comes to cranes and winches. And I'm gonna unlock the medium rover. And then the recreational sphere. And I might, ooh, we can. I'm gonna alloy graphene, glass, and copper. We can make a large solar array. Let's make that. I got a feeling we can make a large solar array. So I need copper, glass, which I got. This is copper. Aluminum alloy. I see graphene. So yeah, I need that and that. Oh, come on, stick there. Stick in the plug. Aluminum alloy and then graphene. Where is it? There it is. There's the aluminum alloy. Nani graphene, which is graphite as well, which is what I need. Just deconstruct the power cell. If I could, I could make 2 of these if I could. Might place the solar panel right over there. Or here. Like in this area. I just need to flatten and smooth it out. So it looks nice and even. So I want this thing to be close to the base that I can easily power it up. Let's make like some graphene over here real quick. And also we can like use the winch as well to just yank the hydrazine storage if we wanted to. It's kind of funny. Let's build a big solar panel and then have fun with it later on. So basically at this point I'm making power into more power. You know what I can do? I'm just gonna make a little extension to this thing. So you know when the time comes we can fix it. The other solar panel's gonna be way far over here. Of course I'll be using this as a ride to get back. This will be my ticket to ride. Oh, there she is. Ding! Lovely. Of course I'm out of hydrazine now, so I don't have to make more. In fact, I got more, but like I need more. And it's done. Oh, just almost. I love how this thing is like in a little present. Ouchies. You know, let's level that out a bit more. Maybe perhaps like this, it'll be more leveled out. To catch the sun more easily. Yes, I do know how a solar panel works. Come on, just stick in the hole. There we go. So later on we make more. we can have more power going through. Just yank the winch out. Oh, Jesus. Good landing. Let's just go down a bit, like on the southwest area of the map. So yeah, whatever debris we find, like any of this or that, we will just basically just, you know, have to fix it. And then by fix it, I mean scrap it. Is that enough power? No, it's just drinking our power for breakfast. Now we'll have to charge this thing up as well. Since we only have like 1 or 2 bars left. God damn it. Curse you, monsters of power. And the thing's just gonna break down at any moment throughout time. Those trees. I'm gonna just go around them. And by around them, I mean get stuck in them. This is now a risky area to drive, as because it's, you know, mountainous. Please explode, thank you. Oh, how is that still alive? Oh, there are 2 plants trying to shoot at me. Out the way. Boom. Well, I have an idea. Let's just use the winch's power and then yank the solar panel back. Instead of having to carry it like this, we can just plug it like that and then yeet it. Oh, it's actually not too far from here, this thing. In fact, I'll use all this scrap that we have. Use all this debris. Yeah, this is basically like a broken ass solar farm thing. Now that the sun's coming out, we can finally recharge our batteries. So our Calador base has plenty of power for later on. You know, I could probably swap out the battery if I'm lucky enough. Which I'm gonna do. Is that also a crash ship? Heck yeah, I'm going. I have to make my way through. And you're gonna have to drive down there really fast. That's how it's gonna work. You know, go vroom. Oh, or not. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, we're pretty close. We're pretty close to base. So provide us with lots of power actually, so that's pretty good. Now I can just get rid of that. Come on. There we go, back it goes. So I have to fix up the farm a bit. The scrap, not the scrap farm, the solar farm going on around here. I just need a bit of resin, that's about it. I've also decided to make a massive wind turbine, because why not? I could probably put that on Glacio, actually, now that you think about it. I mean, good thinking, Blue Aerospace. Probably put the batteries somewhere else, to be honest. I put some power extenders down. I'm gonna use the one in here. So put that one down like through that. It's gonna feed towards through in there. Where's my box? Oh, it's there. And it's gonna feed into here again. Now I just have to take this part and then send that one over here. So the big solar farm thing going on. And now we can go to the other one, the other base where the other destroyed base where the bits are. I ain't that far away from here. Well, if I can make my way around this corner, I'll just make my way down. Oh no, it's too, weird to pick up. Oh well, that's fine. Eh. You know what? I'll just disconnect this and then I'll fly it to my way. And I'll fly back. Most importantly, get more fuel because, you know, I'm running low. I literally had to abandon my truck. My tractor, should I say. And then this big wind turbine thing can stick on here. I can use for power to power up another base. This will be our power management over here. So I just move these around, these medium batteries. Now come back for the other one. So I just go like that and switch the compass. I keep going this way. I can possibly locate it. I think it's like all the way over there. There it is. Detritus. Junk item. Too large to salvage process. Great. I'm gonna take 2 of these. Because I'm smart and I know what I'm doing. Just drag it along the ground. Over here, we also want to help out the our little power station over here we're having. I put this on an angle as well so we can get more power. I'm gonna have it so that every panel has its own like you know, its own battery supply. So like this and that. So every time we at least we'll have some power to ourselves, so we can power up the base whenever, you know, power output dies. Now, of course, we have this little RTG over here, which we're going to be using up to power other countless things. And it's more solar panels. So I have the solar panels and all that like over here. So on the rail system we have, it's going to have some solar panels going through. So at the very end area, hoping we get through, we'll add the solar panels at the far end. So as the days go down one way, we can at least get, you know, lots of power as we go through. That's what I'm aiming to do. A quick joke while we're at it. What did the battery say to the solar panel? It is watts. Get it? Because in power it's called watts. That was a terrible joke. I'm terrible at making jokes in a funny way. Wow, bases looked a lot clearer now that we have it. Just gonna go through and just flatten it all out, make it all flat. Actually, I'll probably have a QT RTG slapped on the side there. Oh, we can get dynamite for Astronium. Nice. So yeah, Calador is our hydrazine farm. Because literally ammonium is literally everywhere on that planet. Which is what we like, and that's what we need. Let's do some makeshift fireworks. So if we just detonate the TNT, kind of works. Might even make ourselves a battery while we're at it. Need zinc. So I can make some batteries, because why not? Store all the excess power we have. Anyway, let's leave Calador since it's basically just our main base now. So let's go to Glacio, I reckon. Because that planet is literally what we need to go for stuff. And we need to place down our big, massive, humongous, you know, our big thing that we have, our big turbine. I saw the Australian, that's where I went. But like what I did over here, because over here I put like a massive wind turbine. That's supposed to spin. Because I know Glacier mostly is just wind power to, work. Wait, what? Oh, you see that thing land? We're just gonna scrap it all, actually. I reckon that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna scrap it all, I reckon. That's the easiest way to get rid of it all. Get rid of the evidence. Nope, I don't want to scan the scrap. Let me just, there we go. Stick that in the hole. Let it scrap. So it's up for trade. I got malachite, wolframite, laterite. Hematite. I can get lithium as well. We'll get lithium on this next one. We get 2. There we go. And I'll trade in some of the Australian we have. Who knew turning scrap into valuable stuff is always good? I'm gonna get myself a ton of laterite because I feel like it. I'm feeling quite lucky myself. It's really nice and lovely, this game. We'll definitely try out, by the way. Also, this laterite can be turned into aluminum. Got wolframite. That's not wolframite. Let's get wolframite actually. Hematite is also pretty common here. So yeah, it's good. There we go. I need wolframite so I can make tungsten. And I can make tungsten carbide with carbon. It's literally a star, this stuff. We have an idea. Let's put Usagi, the snail, into the grinder. Nah, I can't put him in the grinder. I want to grind a poor little snail. Oopsie. That was funny. What can tungsten make? Alright, we have... No, we can't make... We can't really make, silicon. Actually, let's see what we can make with silicon. It requires methane, which I don't have. Oh, well, that's fun. Actually, might be time to call off the stream now, since it's been nearly 4 hours, which is quite good. Alright, see you a lot in next week. Even though the stream didn't really get much clicks, it's still pretty good. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.